I'm afraid, Dave.
Well, hey guys, Backwaters and Backroads here, obviously. So I want to take a few minutes and show you guys the $500 Isuzu Trooper that I picked up. I'm going to call it the Yooper Trooper, and it's going to go on some adventures this summer. So how about if I turn the phone around and I'll tell you guys what I got. Okay guys, I'm not going to bore you too much on this. Everyone's seen an old SUV before, but in a nutshell, I've always been a Toyota guy, and lately I've been looking for a good deal on a third generation Toyota 4Runner, and they have like doubled in value in the past year or so. I don't know exactly why, but they've always been great machines and they've always kept their value. But if you find one with any life left in it, especially here in the Rust Belt, people are going to get 5, 6, 7,000. And if you go out west and get a rust-free one, even with like 250,000 miles on them, they're starting to get like $8,000, $9,000, and $10,000 for them. So that's way out of my budget. So I started looking at other competitors of the time, and I just rediscovered these Isuzu Troopers. Now, up until a couple months ago, I could have gotten run over by one of these, and I probably wouldn't have known what it was. I mean, of course, everyone sees them around, and they're actually, much more common than people think. But I didn't really pay much attention to them because I just, have eyes for Toyota. But this one popped up in a, relatively close area to where I go to a lot over in Minnesota. This was actually over in Fargo, for $500. I talked them down to $500, I should say. And it's a 1989 Isuzu Trooper 4-wheel drive. It's a 5-speed. It's got the 6-cylinder in it, which is the same. It's a GM motor that they put in the Chevy S10 as well. And it's got 240,000 miles on it, and everything's like worn out. The suspension's worn out. The steering's kind of sloppy. But everything works. I mean, the clutch works good. The transmission shifts good. It starts and stops and it's just kind of like an old, worn out machine. But for $500, I just figured I'd take a chance, and I started looking online for other people who are fans of them, and I, discovered that there's quite a few people that actually like these. And, my initial thoughts are they're not Toyotas, but what is, But they are pretty cool, and they've got a lot going for them. So I'm going to just give this one a try this summer, see if I can keep it alive. I changed the oil, gave it a little tune-up, pumped up the tires. And took the back seat out, of course. You got to sleep in the back. And put my old junky racks on top. And we're going to see if we can keep her alive until fall. And if so, I will feel like I got more than my money's worth. So how about if I show you around just a little more? One thing people like, and I have to admit it's pretty cool, is these back doors. They're kind of like a 80-20 split. So you got this little one, and then you got a big one. And they have a ton of room inside. They're just a big box. They're kind of like a bigger 4-wheel drive version of the Scion XB, aka the metal tent that I have. And, lots of windows. I'm probably going to make some curtains or something. And, if it's still alive in the winter, I might even insulate the panels a little bit. I used to have an old Suzuki Sidekick back before my YouTube days, and I just drove that thing so hard and everywhere, and it never failed me, and I ended up selling it stupidly and paid like $1,000 for it. And so, these are a little bigger, which I could use a little more room. The Sidekicks were a little small, but yeah, just put the canoe on top. I got a mattress. I always have like all sorts of cushions from various projects and stuff I've bought and sold. So I found that one that kind of fits. And this old rubber mat out of a Subaru. And I got some fishing poles. And I think I got this fully stocked from one of my many boat purchases. So I figured this will just be kind of like a machine, an adventure machine that's just kind of like ready to go at a moment's notice, It's like with my truck and my camper, which I like and I will certainly use. But, that takes me putting the camper on, tying it down, outfitting it. If I have the camper shell on the back, then I got to take the camper shell off, and it's just, it's a big process. And a lot of times it's nice to just kind of pick up and go, especially if you're just going to go like on an overnighter or an all-day type of thing, which is what I usually do with my Scion. But a few times I've gotten into, places where I I couldn't dare even take the little Scion. So this is going to basically be my fully outfitted kind of bug out rig slash moment's notice little summer adventure machine. I'll always keep a canoe and a kayak and a, you know, some sleeping gear and cooking gear and fishing gear inside, and just basically stop at the gas station on the way out of town and fill her up and go see what kind of adventures we're going to have. So yeah, that's the idea, guys. We'll see how this goes. And if you have any comments, if you ever had one of these or maybe even have one now, you know, let me know what you think, because I really don't know much about them, but I can tell you that I kind of like it. It's like a poor man's Range Rover in a way. And for 500 bucks, man, can't go wrong. So, okay, guys. I feel like I'm the first one here this year to fish Sandy Lake. I just love this early season when you got months and months of paradise to look forward to. I think I spotted a little gas money. Look at that. 10 cents. 10 cents, Wavey. While we're out here, guys, I'm going to try out this Honda 2.3 horse 4-stroke that I picked up this last winter really cheap at a yard sale. And the woman said that her husband only used it once or twice before he died, and I believe it. It looks like new. If it runs good, it's going to be an auxiliary motor for the Sea Dory on adventures. And it'll probably also be the new dinghy motor because it's a lot lighter than that 5-horse that I have. So if it works, I'm going to put that 5-horse up for sale. You ready to go fishing? Look at this fully packed tackle box that came with a boat I bought a couple years ago. It's just filled to the brim. Let's go check out this beaver dam, guys. Isn't that amazing? That like a small dog size animal can build that. Well, guys, I got skunked again out here on Sandy. It's pretty early still. I mean, it's only like mid-April, and I was doing some reading up on going after panfish early spring, especially in the Northland here. And it sounds like the fish are really lethargic. They're kind of still in winter mode because the water really isn't that much warmer than when it's ice, you know. So, I don't know. That's what I'll tell myself anyways. I'm really not that good a fisherman. But, you know, how you get good is you just keep trying. You know, you listen to people that are better than you. So, and I do. I'm always asking people questions. Some fishermen are really like to share their knowledge with you, and some won't. Some even mislead you. I've met a couple of those. But by and large, you know, people will give you lots of good advice. So, but I don't have much good advice to give you guys here because I'm not really that good a fisherman. But I still catch fish once in a while. You see it here on the channel. This really isn't a fishing channel, right? It's just kind of a doing your own thing on a budget, getting out in the real world. Keep exploring the real world. I think I'm going to try to make that one of my new catchphrases. Keep exploring the real world. Maybe even a t-shirt. Let me know what you think in the comments if you feel like it. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.
But she's not here, 'cause I do not